Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Will settling an old score supersize your business? Well, will it supersize your business or could it kill your business? Settling an old score comes from the 17th century England days when a debt was called a score. And in order to settle it, you would pay off the debt or the score. You'd settle the score, pay off the debt. That got changed and morphed to meaning to get even with somebody that you think has wronged you. Usually a person, right? Usually a person has wronged you. Nowadays, it could be a business or a company or a brand that's wronged you, and you might want to get even with them. And with social media, that's kind of scary because if somebody wants to get even with your business, your company, you, or your brand, with social media, it could be as simple as a post away. That's pretty scary. So it could be as simple as somebody spreading lies and misinformation on the internet, and that can go like wildfire because that's the problem, and that's the downside of social media is lies are assumed to be true on the internet just because they're published on the internet. So settling an old score, number one, we all have our own version of history, the past, and events. We all see things differently. Have you ever been or witnessed an accident or a crime or something, and all the witnesses see and experience something different? So when they're reporting to the police, think of a bank robbery. There's 50 people in the bank, which would be a lot for a bank robbery, right? I watch movies. You would get 50 slightly different accounts of exactly what happened. You would get different descriptions of what the bank robbers looked like. Everything would be different because we each experience things differently. We each experience things from our own perspective. So as I think back to my past and having wronged people, because I'm sure I have wronged people, or not necessarily intentionally, but I'm sure people think that I've wronged them in the past. And what impact has my behavior had on other people? Would I want them to all come at me and exact revenge for the misdeeds that they think I've done? No, I wouldn't want them to. And therefore, I wouldn't want to exact revenge on people either. Now, I could tell you stories. I've had people that have really done unkind things and really screwed me over in the past. And I just say screwed me over, but by anyone else's definition, I have been harmed, irreparably harmed by people in the past. And I don't know what their intentions were. I haven't asked them because I don't want to have anything to do with them. I had a really bad business partner. I had a competing business once that actually the drama caused by that situation, I took that all in and ended up having a sudden cardiac arrest because of it. Now, do I blame them for the sudden cardiac arrest? Absolutely not. I created that. Now, it took me years to come to terms with, oh my God, I created that health event because I didn't know how to get out of this situation. I didn't know how to deal with the situation to such an extent that I was more willing to die than figure it out. Well, since I'm sitting here talking to you, I obviously decided it was more important to come back and figure it out, which I did, and than it was to be dead, right? So we don't know the impact that we're having on other people. And I guess we do know the impact other people are having on us, but we have to know that it's always up to us to decide if we're going to let that impact us or not, because it doesn't have to. But seeking revenge, going out of our way to do something back to people that we feel have harmed us, that only hurts us. I've never, in that situation I just mentioned, I've never thought about seeking revenge on those people because, number one, I know that it would hurt me more than anything. And by forgiving them, I was released from the situation and the stress and the doubt and the worry and the fear that arose from that and was able to move on with my life. I think some of the parties that were involved in that still haven't moved on with their life. And I believe in karma, and bad things not connected to me at all have happened to each one of those people that were involved with me. And it didn't have anything to do with me doing anything. It had to do with the world showing them that what you put out there is what you give back. So if you go out of your way to settle old scores, to seek revenge for harms you think and wrongs you think the competition or somebody in the past has done to you, I guarantee anything you put out there that's negative or bad or hurtful to other people, it's going to come back to you tenfold. Just like good that we put out in the world comes back to us tenfold, guess what? Bad that we put out in the world comes back to us tenfold as well. And it might not just be you that's harmed, it might be those you love and care about, because that's the way the universe works. It's scary but true. A lot of times we think we have to beat the competition and kill them before they get us. We have to get them before they get us. And that's just so not true. If you're out there doing the best you can for the people that you serve and being you, there is no competition. Competition is in our minds only. We make it up just like we make everything else up. We decide what's real or what's not. And I can already hear some of my friends are saying, oh my God, you've gone off the deep end. You're crazy. This is reality. This is my truth. There is competition. I'm a restaurant owner and there are 100 restaurants in my town. They are all my competition. And to that I say, poppycock. No, they're not. They're only your competition if you think they are. There are plenty of people on this planet that need to eat every single day. There are hundreds of thousands of people in our area that need to eat every day. So there's plenty of business for everyone. By you serving the people that love your cuisine, that love your atmosphere, that love your service, that love your business, that love you, they're going to come to you even if there's 1,000 businesses or competing businesses in your area. It's all up to you. The same is true with settling old scores. It's all up to you. And a lot of times when you investigate or try to think about or to really dig into the situation, you'll find that the person you think that was out to harm you, it wasn't even about you. It wasn't personal at all. And that's what I assumed about the situation I was in. I assumed it was their scarcity mentality and their willingness to do anything to survive and to compete, when in reality, that was entirely up to them and that was theirs. So I choose to believe that that is the reason that they did it. No, I don't know. Maybe they're just assholes, because there are assholes in the world. There are greedy, rude, mean, horrible people in the world, but I choose not to associate with them. And I just don't even bother with them anymore, knowing that the universe is going to come back around and take care of them. One of them ran into a tree skiing 2 years in a row. The other one got a huge IRS bill and got their bank account seized because the IRS came back and took all the money out of their bank account. Another one lost an election. It's kind of humorous to see how the universe rewards people for their mean behavior. And I don't have to do anything. I can just sit back and say, I wonder why that happened. Well, maybe because you perpetrated negativity and harm and scarcity and lack and competition and things that really don't matter on another human being. So maybe just don't do that. Maybe just be the best version of yourself. Forget about old scores, because guess what? The past is the past. There's nothing you or anyone else can do about it. We can't change the past. What happened, happened. Our interpretation of what happened, guess what? We can change that. You can, in your mind, and I learned this from Tony Robbins, go back and change and reimagine how things that have hurt you happen. I do that with, I do that with past layoffs, past interactions with people that I didn't like the way they went. I go back in my imagination and I change it so that it has no emotional impact on me anymore. If you want to know how to do that, share in the comments below, because I love that. Go out and make it an awesome day. Don't worry about settling old scores. Just move forward toward what you want and being the best you that you can be. That's how you grow your business. That's how you supersize your business. That's how you create the life that you want and make a difference in this world. Bye. Catch you tomorrow.